this is life trick for anyone who's watching this and you even don't have plans to come to Ethiopia, or you just wanna support my channel. The life trick is just a friendly person comes to you and asks you, hey man, do you want a hookup with like the beautiful girls? Then you're like, oh yeah. Now today I have decided I'm going to be very honest with you guys, tell you my truth. And in the midst of that, stick around to the end of the video because I'm gonna be telling you some very exciting series that is coming very soon that you have to stay tuned and get excited about. Anyway, I'm also going to be sharing with you some tips and tricks that have helped me maneuver my stay here in Ethiopia, and anybody visiting can as well as use all these tips and tricks as I go down in town to run some errands. Now I'm out. Before I head out, let's talk about accommodation. Now, one of my tips and tricks about accommodation is one, do your due research. If you're coming for a long term, staying close to the city center gets pretty expensive, and renting furnished apartment or an unfurnished apartment, you have to make your own decision based on how long you're going to stay. Are you willing to sell things after that, or maybe you love things like interior design so you want to purchase your own things, stuff like this. But the trick I would say about this has to be, there are also shared places that you can rent and live with people. Furnished apartment cuts down on your cost. Another trick, if you're coming for a short visit, there are Airbnbs that I have actually not tried, so I can't necessarily recommend, but I've stayed in a hostel. That's amazing time. I had a good time there, Mad Velvet. Then I also can recommend other hotels. Booking.com always comes handy to book your place. Then if you have someone to host you, why not? And before we get late, let's proceed on with our journey as we talk about safety.
Yeah. Came in 17.
Now, before I finish on the aspect of accommodation, I also have to say, please do your research in terms of the place that your place of accommodation is, in terms of how safe it is and stuff like this. Now we are talking about safety, as well as I'll share some few things that I've seen happening to people due to lack of knowing. For example, one aspect of safety is walking around just like a foreigner. That is enough reason for you to be a target for someone who's looking to like steal your things or your property and stuff like this. But one trick that I've seen Ethiopians using a lot, and also many Ethiopians, not only foreigners, being victims of this, is when they come to you and someone pretends to throw up on you, then they start trying to wipe you. On the other side, your phone is being stolen. So if you have any form of distractions on your way, just be like, no thank you, I am good. This will happen because you'll meet several people asking for money or begging. So the thing is, be on the know. If you know how things happen and you know what is happening, then you'll not be a victim, you know. But I also have to say, Ethiopia is pretty safe. I haven't experienced any of this, maybe because I blend in, or maybe because I'm cautious, or maybe because God protects me, whichever, but it's pretty safe. But that's a tip for me. Know how things are stolen, and also remember you're responsible for your own safety above everything, above all the tips and tricks that I can tell you. Before we go on, in this video I'm also going to share with you one trick that I've seen men being prey of, and I will share with you, so keep watching. Now, to build more on the aspect of safety, for example, I have ideas of where I'm going right now, but sometimes you never know the exact destination of where you're going. So that's why accommodation and the place you stay at is really important. At least try and stay in a place that people that you meet are willing to give you information, especially if you're traveling like as a solo traveler. So that way it helps you not be a prey of crime. So know where you're going. So most of the time, the places that you're going to get a service. It's important that you ask the prices of things before you go there. For example, what is the price of, maybe you want to book a bus to head to a certain destination. If you go prey of all the taxi people that are always there, or the touts, they'll give you triple the price, or even like foreigners price. But if you've asked a local, then you have an idea how much it is. And even if by chance they get to scam you, then you know not too much, you know, like you know the acceptable price, something like this. So it's important to also ask prices of things before you're given Farenji prices. And on the same note, let's talk about money, because that's also something I want. You can easily use your ATM, go in any bank, and collect your money. Remember, do not withdraw more than you need, lest you're leaving the country and you have beer, and conversion back to USD is not an easy thing. Anyway, on the spirit of going to places, I'm heading to Golagol. It's a station that is known. Then we'll see if this walk can even lead us to a place like Magananya. Just walk and see. It's a good chill day to experience life here in Ethiopia. I continue being excited because my guest is, their day is getting closer by the day, and I think this is a good time for me to tell you about what will be happening. On the arrival of this person, I'm gonna start a series on this channel called 30 Days of Jester. What does that mean? 30 happy days. So we're gonna start a series where we're gonna be documenting episodes that are filled with degree of happiness or intentional form of happiness as we explore Ethiopia, as we see what this country has to offer. I'm so excited. When I remember, I keep smiling, I keep being overjoyed, and I think we are here. I even forgot to keep an eye, because also that's a tip or a trick, to keep keeping an eye of the thing that you want, especially because I'm not following Google Maps, neither do I know where I'm going exactly. So I got tired of walking because I kept looking and looking for, I'm looking for a studio, but I couldn't find one. Or maybe because I was focusing on vlogging, so I decided to come in this restaurant, take a pause, share with you guys some few tricks, and even show you some more evidence. Also, before you ask me, is it just the only option is walking? Nope. You can take a ride or a Ferris. Those are the two most used applications, or the ones I found so much more convenient. And because you're talking about tips and tricks in this video, one of that tip I could say is use Ferris, because they give you points, and then in these points you can redeem, and I always end up redeeming those points enough to recharge for my SIM card, for my airtime. Also, now because I mentioned about airtime, can I also tell you that please, there is no as fast Wi-Fi in Ethiopia based on my experience. So please, can you buy a SIM card? Ethio Telecom is a perfect one, and yeah, seeking attention, but yeah, we'll move on. Anyway, so buy Ethio Telecom, or I had Safaricom is here. I've not used that yet, but we'll say onto it. Then I told you there are ATMs everywhere inside the mall. In most hotels you'll still find ATMs. Anyway, that is those are many free bonus tips. What I wanted to tell you is master some foods, some types of foods that you can order when you come to hotel, because when you come to hotel or restaurants, their first goal is not to give you a menu. So if you only know tips or pasta, that's all you're gonna be asking for when you go to restaurant, especially if you have language barrier. So just master a few names like Tegabino. Is that the end of my list? I'll go with try and error. Sometimes I'm more like, what do you recommend, and then we try things, you know. Anyway, those are enough tips and tricks for now. Let me research for a place I can find a studio around here, as we also get to order something to drink. You know, the funny thing is when I'm vlogging and then the people are staring at me. That is, I'm never getting used to that, and seeing that they have all turned to look at me. But who are we? We have to do what we have to do. Google Map always comes in handy. So if you're a solo traveler, I think vlogging is such a cool idea, because everyone is chilling more than one. As you can hear, there is also too much noise, so I also get to talk to you guys and I'll be silent over here alone. But Google Map is another friend of yours that you need, because I've been able to locate several that are close by. Juice is a must try. Half of when you don't know what to order, just ask for a mix. It's so good. Another trick that you have to know, maybe it's a tip, is, well, in terms of tipping, you tip as you wish. The other issue is about when you read prices on menu, it could not be including tax, so always have an extra money. For example, the juice that I just took, 74 would be on the menu, then you end up paying 89 because 11 is tax, which is different compared to some places. This is life trick for anyone who's watching this and you even don't have plans to come to Ethiopia, or you just wanna support my channel. The life trick is, if you drink your juice, if you drink your fruits, if you drink smoothies, it is more absorbed to your body more than taking the fruits. I learned that and I was mind blown. So do your research and get to know. Anyway, the sun is setting, and once before dark comes, we have finished the business. Then remember, I'm gonna be telling my men how beautiful Ethiopian women take advantage of you. Story of my life. It all of a sudden just got so cold. I tried to look for a place to get my passport photo taken, but I couldn't. They are all closed. I'm feeling so cold. I'm on my way back home, and I have to say, one thing that I am not yet getting used to is the change of the time when the sun goes down and when the sun comes up, because during the rainy season, normal time according to what I know is like 7 a.m. is when the sun is out, and then like 7 p.m. is when the sun goes down. But now the sun comes out at 6 a.m. and now it looks this dark and it is just 6 p.m. Anyway, just thought you should know. Let's go home and have a chat. In all honesty, this is my truth. Life in Ethiopia is not the perfect one. You have to have some form of adjustment, open-mindedness, disappointment here and there, excitement, joy, just like life anywhere else. But I love it here. I'm excited for the person that I'm looking forward to come to. Just in case I wasn't clear before, I said I'm gonna be having 30 happy days. And the countdown will start soon, so I will even be labeling the videos as 30 happy days, 30 Desta days. And suggestions of videos you want to see executed are welcomed. Now let's even stop so I can tell you about men and how they are scammed. So this happened severally. I've had it, many people have narrated to me, where you go out, then you're chilling, then a random person that is like a tour guide or just a friendly person comes to you and asks you, hey man, do you want a hookup with like the beautiful girls? Then you're like, oh yeah. Or you could even be not in those business, they could just, you're chilling, drinking your coffee, then they're like, hey, I know some beautiful ladies that are interested in you. Then you head over to like this drinking place, they bring you drinks with other ladies, and just drinks that is worth very small money. They could charge you too much money and you end up being scammed. So be smart, don't say I didn't tell you, because I am your plug, Queen Desta. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am back home. Always remember to create time for that which ignites your soul. Until next time, ciao.